game it!
If you recall from the previous episode, I mentioned how Everhood is a fun, rhythm-heavy game with some funky music that also doesn't make sure to overstay its welcome. Well, that video came out just a few weeks before Everhood 2 released. And now, with the long-awaited second installment, I can confidently say that it is indeed more Everhood. The fights are just as kooky as ever, the music still slaps, and it is definitely a very trippy experience.
However, doogie, doogie, doogie.
There is something that I feel was lost in between the two games, and that's the overall story. Yeah, strange things happen in both games all the time, but in the first, everything was at least tied together in the end. In the sequel, things just sorta happen, without any rhyme or reason. It becomes less about the intrigue of advancing the plot, and more just so curiosity to see what crazy thing happens next. It's mainly because of that I would say the first game is better, but if you liked that one, and you're just looking for more Everhood, then the sequel is still pretty good, and definitely worth your time. Before Talos Principle, before Baba, before even time itself, there was Antichamber, the granddaddy of indie puzzle games. And yeah, even 12 years later, it still holds up as a really good bender of the mind. You're basically just walking around shooting a lot of blocks with funky colors, constantly twisting the formula and discovering new possibilities for what you can do. The non-linear progression about finding things out yourself is the best part, and while there are definitely a few puzzles that threw me for a loop, it was still a pleasant experience from front to back. It's just one of those games that you can take at your own pace and just chill out with, throw it on, get a few puzzles solved, go try another one if one's giving you too much trouble, and then come back later. Very chill, very trippy, very cool. On the complete opposite end of the timeline, you have a game that came out just this year, that I discovered on a damn Reddit ad. Yeah, the once in a blue moon moment where I actually stopped to look at an ad. And yeah, this is basically Antichamber, but with even more colors, and all the unique and cool stuff that comes with it. The main trick here is maintaining the balance of colors, and manipulating it to achieve certain outcomes. It's really got that Outer Wilds feel of piecing together a large puzzle, slowly getting clues along the way. Of course, if you know what to do, you can beat the game in mere minutes. There's even an achievement for it. But the process of discovery, that aha moment when things finally click, that's the best part of Chroma Zero. And the music is just so good. Nice comfy vibes all throughout. And to top it off, it's another game made by just one person. Always cool to see those. Now, the bags of milk are an interesting case, as the first game is basically a prologue where you can see everything in about 30 minutes, and the second game is a more fleshed out experience. So that's why I'm including them together. Besides, they feel like one cohesive journey, so it's definitely worth playing both. Anyway, Milk is perhaps the most chilling, yet also realistic portrayal of mental illness I've seen, as you're thrown into the shoes of a girl just trying to buy milk and fall asleep. Your job is simple, just try to help her feel better. And everything about the games, from the way it's presented to the haunting soundtrack, complements the tone. as you learn about her life and what goes on in her head. It's less of a game and more of an experience. A short one, but one that will definitely stick in your mind long after the credits roll. It's not for everyone, especially with the heavy subject matter, but it's one that should definitely be worth considering. Also, little shout out to Play It Essays, who has some great videos delving deep into the games, so you can check those out if you haven't already. What if Undertale was a platformer, is the best way I can describe Peppered. Another game I got from a Reddit ad. Man, these are 2 for 2! Anyway, this is just one of those games where I had a big old smile the whole time. The zany story, the goofy characters, how nothing overstays its welcome, except for this golf bit. It all just works. And the pixel art, ooh baby, you know how much I love some good pixel art. Everybody's just so expressive and lively, and the game looks downright gorgeous at times. Oh yeah, this is what you love to see. There's 12 different endings to get, but it's not very long either. Only took around 10 hours to get them all. And it's just fun. The platforming is fluid, even if you fall like a brick. There's some cool set pieces here and there. You go on Judge Judy at one point, and you also meet these guys. So there's that. It's just good, lighthearted fun. So yeah, play it. It's super underrated. Now, for all of you D&D nerds, For the King is basically just a mini campaign with you and your friends. And of course, it comes with all the tropes. The enemy encounters, the dungeons, the grinding to level up, the giant slimes, and the goblins that steal all your money. What? And due to its roguelike nature, no 2 run-throughs are the same, with different maps, weapons, and all that. There's a bunch of classes to play as, you can wear goofy shit, and of course, the luck of chance can lead to some very comical outcomes. Yes, it can be frustrating to die and start all the way from the beginning after losing like 5 hours of progress. But, you know, maybe next time let's not do the dungeon when we're underleveled. Pop down some of that gas station weed and give this one a try. Especially if you have 2 buddies to play along with.
Shoot him!
Solar Ash is a game that has been sitting on my wish list for the longest time. For one particular reason I'll get to later. But hey, a game from Heart Machine, the developers of Hyperlight Drifter, surely it's good, right? Well, yes, it is. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be in this video. Though it's for different reasons than its predecessor. For one, it largely follows the same formula as before. Go from area to area, though you can't choose your own order this time. Run around and activate a few things, find some secrets hidden throughout, and fight a boss at the end. Simple enough, but the main difference is the way you move around and explore the world. This game simulates how it feels to be an Olympic ice skater, because everywhere you go, you're surfing on clouds, jumping around on high speeds, and whizzing right by enemies. Oh shit! Just skating around is so fun. When you get the hang of it and chaining together all these tight jumps and whatnot, really cool stuff, makes you feel like a boss. And yeah, the bosses, man, Shadow of the Colossus type beat where you're skating around a giant boy. Now this is what we call a meal. It might not be very long, but man is it tight from beginning to end. The only downsides is that the music is kinda just alright, especially compared to Hyperlight Drifter. The combat can be a little clunky, The story is just kind of fine. And, well, the price. Yeah, $40 for a game that I 100%ed in 5 hours. Now you can see why I waited so long to get this. Yeah, I would still recommend this game. It's very good, but just wait for a discount.
Footsteps outside.
What have we here?
You bastards! Why are you doing all this?
Enough talk, I think, boss. Lose the knife.
Speaking of drifting, The Drifter, not at all related to Hyper Light Drifter, is a game that just kinda appeared in my recommendations. I mean, it literally just came out, and the aesthetic alone drew me in. A point-and-click puzzle game with a grim atmosphere and more scrumptious pixel art. Oh yeah, sign me up. And out of all the games here, this is the one I would say is the most well-rounded. The story is engaging, yet also leaves you wondering what will happen next. The puzzles of finding items and combining them to progress are never too challenging, though a couple do feel like they go on a bit long. There's 9 chapters, but there's never really a dull moment. And well, let's just say this game is very Aussie.
Fancy a cuppa?
Give me that!
Seriously, it's crazy just how good it is. If you're a fan of those old school adventure games, then The Drifter will be right up your alley. Yeah, the funny dwarf game. Ha ha ha, rock and stone and whatever. But seriously, Deep Rock Galactic is the rare case where the hype is justified, as this has quickly become my most played game this year. The mission variety keeps things fresh, the difficulty can kick your ass, and of course, it allows for stupid moments with friends. So, it's literally perfect. Even months later, this is the game that me and my buds keep coming back to, just to see if we can beat this stupid level 5 sabotage mission, or conquer a deep dive, or fill the escape pod with barrels. And even if you don't have anybody to play with, public lobbies, at least from my experience, aren't actually that bad. Which, believe me, is not the norm. And there's even mod support, so you can twerk whenever you want and say obscene language at any given moment. One of the best multiplayer games I've played. Can't wait for Rogue Core. Play it now. Rock and stone to the bone.
Stone!